What up? Let's make fun of some stuff. Do you want to make fun of some stuff?
I like making fun of them.
Let's make fun of some stuff. Oh, I have a notification. What am I being notified of? Ah. Alright, guys. If anyone would like a BT Defender, it's on sale for $600.
You can get another Brass Eagle Italian.
Italian?
Yeah.
Italian?
Yeah. For 25.
Brass Eagle Talon, $25.
That looks more pistol-y than...
It's exactly the same thing, and it's been taped.
It is the same thing.
Why would I pay $25 for the handle's been taped? What the? No, boy, no. Oh, it comes with an empty CO2 cartridge.
But no paintballs.
Loki.
Loki. Go lay down now.
This person is giving away a spider for $0.
Excellent.
Excellent condition. Actually, he's got more than one thing here.
He wants $85 for that
a spider? What the heck? He's charging more for the spider than he is for the Tippmann? That's redonk. Then he's got 2 air supplies, $10 each. That's a bit steep, but it's actually not a terrible price. The masks are absolutely terrible, and he wants $10 each.
No fun.
Oh, $5 each.
Oh, he's selling paintballs.
We got paintballs, everybody.
We got paintballs.
We got paintballs.
No, sit.
And 3 CO2 cartridges, tanks. And you can get it all for the low price of $200. Isn't that nice? Where do these people come up with these pricings? Why did I go back so far?
I don't know.
Like, seriously, where do they come up with these prices? That's what I want to know. Includes empty 9-ounce CO2 cylinder and mask. That's an incredibly terrible mask. Again, you could not pay me enough to wear that.
I'll take the Chip and Dale poster on your...
That is a nice Chip and Dale poster. No shipping, cash only, no PayPal.
Loki?
Selling for a friend who stated it worked fine the last time he used it. Oh, that's high praise. It doesn't even list what type of gun it is. It looks like a Piranha, though.
Nobody wants it.
But I can't promise that's what it is.
Just give it to Goodwill and be done with it. Because you'll get more money.
Oh, it does say Piranha. He spelled Piranha wrong. R6. Okay. Lovely. But seriously, how do they come up with these pricing? And this guy over here, he's still trying to sell this BT Defender for $600. Dude, it's been up there for how many months now? No one wants it for $600. Maybe lower the price a little bit.
Can't you get a new one for $700? Oh, he paid $750.
He paid $750, but you can get it on sale for like $650.
Yeah, if you go to like a vendor. Didn't Ryan get his for $650? And he bought it at Ion from the vendor?
Yeah. Yeah, but people be dumb.
People be dumb.
People be dumb.
People be dumb.
People be dumb. Dumb people be dumb. Ordinary people don't be dumb. But dumb people be dumb. And then ordinary people be stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Good to know that's how it works.
Yep. So we were a little late today. We did that intentionally, actually, because last week we got a good number of people on here, but it didn't happen until like 9 o'clock. So we thought maybe we'd start a little later. For sure. By the way, your boobs look tremendous. Look at that. Look at that. They
okay, I see them. I see them every day. I carry them around with me.
And they look tremendous on camera. We might get censored. Like we should put a censor bar.
We're not gonna get censored because of my cleavage.
In front of your cleavage because it's inappropriate. Well, it's not okay.
Not okay.
It's not okay.
Well, that's not bringing any boys to the yard. I got milkshakes in my freezer.
You have 2?
One's in the refrigerator. One's in the freezer.
Okay. No one wants to talk to us.
Apparently. Where's Minion? Where's Clark? Where's Dalton? Where's Hot Cocoa? I feel like all of those people should be there.
Did he respond?
Yeah.
Oh my, that was probably quite loud. Luckily no one's here anyway, so what does it matter?
Where's Xavier?
Where's your thing? How do I think your thing? Why do you make everything so difficult?
Because I barely use Messenger. I don't go and use Messenger to talk to somebody unless somebody sends me something, or Paul. Because I don't have Paul's phone number like you do.
Sorry that I'm specialer.
Paul never gave me his phone number, and I
Did you ever ask?
No.
Well then.
I shouldn't have to ask. He should want to give it to me. He should write it on my hand. That's how adorable.
He should write it on your boobs.
I would be okay with that too.
Because your glorious cleavage is quite glorious. So we wanted to talk about Shooting Faces for Charity.
All of the charity.
Which is happening on Sunday, this particular Sunday, which is the 15th.
See, where's Minion? Because he needs to talk about it.
Minion should be here talking about it.
Why didn't you invite him over?
Why didn't you invite him over?
Because I don't deal with this live. I just show up and look pretty. And apparently have good cleavage.
Very good cleavage. But that's part of the looking pretty part. We'll talk about some other stuff too, but that's definitely the thing we want to talk about first, and then maybe again last.
If Minion shows up.
If anyone shows up, we're back. Well, apparently we were at 1, now we're back down to 0, so
Did
congratulations
we stop
to
watching
us.
ourselves?
I
Did
don't
you
know.
leave the room?
I left us. So at Three Rivers Paintball on Sunday from 12 to 4:30.
But registration's at 11:30.
And you can register online now.
And it's $40 to shoot bases and participate in other activities.
Yeah, entry, air,
Rental
rental equipment, and 200 paintballs, along with whatever else they're doing. What's he got?
I don't know what he's doing.
Is $40.
But if you don't want to play and you want
You
to
can
come,
still go and participate in what else is happening. But you can't play if you don't play the $40. It's for a good cause. It's for the National Hemophilia Foundation,
so
which is, they are in support of people that bleed a lot, essentially. So if you support bleeding, then you should come and play paintball with us.
So essentially,
Do you support bleeding?
yes, I think bleeding is very important.
Yes.
Specifically clotting. But 95% of the proceeds go to the National Hemophilia Foundation Pittsburgh chapter, and then 5% go to the National Foundation.
Now, is it 100% of the entry, like that $40, and then the paint proceeds stay at the field?
I'm assuming that the $40 entry fee and the $10 entry fee, depending on what you want to do, because I believe there's other things happening than just
And that's
playing.
$10. I assume
and
that the
there's food and
entry.
everything.
I assume all of the entry is for the foundation, and then paint sales stay with the field. That's pretty
So
standard. I assume that's what's happening.
So if you use, I'm assuming that once you use your 200 and you want to buy more, that's probably going to
The
Three
field.
River, yeah.
And it is at Three Rivers Paintball. So I recommend everyone be there. We'll probably be there early to shake hands with people, show support, because it is Minions' event. Was it a school program?
I thought you told me
Maybe.
it was a project of his.
It's for school, right?
That's what you told me, but Minion did not tell me that himself. So
Well,
I'm not
in any case,
sure.
whether it's for school or something else, Minion's the one who organized it and is making it happen. So it's his event, and so we're there to show support. So we'll most likely be there probably 11 o'clock, maybe.
11:30 is registration, and
So maybe even a little earlier than that if we're up and ready to go anyway, which we'll be awake long before that.
Are we taking the man over here? Are we taking Noka?
We'll probably bring Loga Boo Boo so everyone
Loga
can smooze with the dog, and the dog can smooze with everybody. Plus, because it's not a real scenario,
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
we don't have to. It's not like we have to be out there. If he's misbehaving, one of us can stay off with him. I'm gonna be playing probably with my I plan on at least starting with my Brass Eagle Talon and having some fun with it. I may switch over to something else, pump or whatever. But I'm definitely gonna start out with my Brass Eagle. That'll be a good time. But yes, so the game itself is a large domination game we mentioned last week. All the contiguous fields will be open. I believe that's the right word I want, the ones that are interconnected.
Yes.
Contiguous. So field 1, field 2, 3, 5, or tank field, castle field, creek field, tire field, and zombie field or prison field. Those will all be open to play. I believe that the back where they used to do the tournaments will not be in play, and the speedball, as far as I know, or hyperball will not be in play either. Anything that has a flag on it, so there's 2 flags on 7 of those fields, and they will all be active. And every 10 minutes, the refs count which ones are which team, and that team gets points for it. He is now situated and able to answer any question possible. Well, Minion,
so Minion, first
you're the
of
only
all,
one on here, so.
but that doesn't mean people don't watch after the fact. So, Minion, first of all, was this a school project, or did you just want to do it because?
Because you bleed.
Because you bleed.
We support bleeding, so we, like I said, we're giving money because we support bleeding. And if you support bleeding, you should shoot people too.
And also, Minion, I know you briefly talked to me about it during Temple and Reapers, but explain what your condition is and the other types of conditions for bleeding disorders.
Well, he bleeds.
He bleeds, yes, but
and other people bleed.
Yes, but from talking to him,
he bleeds too much.
I don't want to put words in his mouth or describe his situation, but he has a far less severe condition than other people.
It's a senior project, and yes, he does want to do this to raise money for the charity, since all the usual places we get funds have almost dried up completely. They dried up. They're not bleeding anymore.
You're funny.
I know. I support bleeding, everybody.
But essentially, from talking to Minion, and please, Minion, chime in. I don't want to take any of your thunder. He bruises very easily. Paintball's actually, like, dangerous for him. And he can't take any blood thinners because then he will, from my understanding, bleed out. So, like, I think ibuprofens.
That's probably bad. That's probably
is
a bad
bad.
thing. That's probably a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I know of his.
Aspirin and ibuprofen are not good for people that bleed. Too much.
But that's...
And so Minion, explain to us, you may not know, I assume you do though, our assumption is that all of the entry, so the $40 or the $10, that all goes to the charity, either local or national, and then all paint sales go to Three Rivers. I assume that's the way it is, but correct me if I'm wrong.
And I'm assuming as well that you can give additional funds, that you're gonna collect as well, besides just all the proceeds from the event. You're gonna be able to additionally donate if you'd like to.
Yes. And so if you support bleeding, make sure you donate in addition to the entry fee.
You support bleeding.
You don't support bleeding?
I support bleeding wholeheartedly.
Well, you don't want to bleed wholeheartedly. That gets rid of all your blood, and then you're done.
Okay.
You need to bleed the appropriate amount.
I need to bleed the appropriate amount.
But to answer what condition I have is type 1 von Willebrand. I think that's how you pronounce it. I assume it's German if it's von. So I'm assuming it's von Willebrand, which causes more bruising that lasts longer. Along with, if he does start bleeding, his blood does not clot, which means that he will continuously bleed. So again, if you support bleeding, donate to the cause. Shoot faces for charity. Cool. Well,
make those blood disorders bruise more easily. Just cover them in bruises.
Yes, what she said. So, Minion, while you answer that, and also if you have anything else that you want us to mention, please type it up and we will mention it. Yeah. In the meantime, while you're doing that, type in and such, I will put up a new picture image. And so we can talk about that a little bit. Photos. Propaganda. propaganda. There we go. Boom, baby.
Okay, so $50 admission goes to the charity, along with there'll be a 50-50 raffle and concession provided by the charity. So is what do I want to say? President, organizer, controlling party of the Pittsburgh chapter going to be there?
And also, so Minion, is it $40 only if you want to rent equipment, and if you have your own equipment, it's $15? Is that what it is? So again, while he's answering that, so as you guys can see, I've covered my face. Actually, I should bleep out A-Dog because she's pretty dirty there with her bustingness of her boobies. So last year when we went to Atlas Rising, which was actually the second in the series of Atlas at Slaughterhouse, I made a picture, or I got a picture. I don't think I have that one anymore. Based on what I had read about how it would go, no, I don't have that one. Like what the scenario was about and everything, it felt very Postman to me. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Postman. It has Kevin Costner and Will Patton, who I love. Will Patton is actually a very good actor. I don't know how they convinced him to be in this atrocious movie.
Well, Kevin Costner is a good actor.
No, he's not. Kevin Costner is terrible.
I don't think Kevin Costner is terrible.
He only does epic movies. You know why?
Because he's terrible?
Because he's terrible, and he has to be epic. So, in any case...
Are you telling me that he was awful in Field of Dreams?
Yes.
I highly doubt that he was awful.
He was
Dances
awful.
with Wolves, I still don't understand.
Epic movie. Anyway,
Okay.
it's a terrible movie, but I love it. It's fantastic in its awfulness. It's a lot like Waterworld, which also Kevin Costner was in. They're the exact same
He really
movie,
likes-
just one's on land and one's on the water.
He really likes to be in long movies.
And Dancing with Wolves is honestly a very similar
But can
movie
we just
too.
talk about how Will Paxton was in Remember the Titans and Armageddon and is amazing
And he's wonderful.
in both of those movies?
But it was a picture of it was from the movie The Postman. It had Will Patton, who plays the bad guy, who's like the leader. He's called the general of the 88s. Is that what it is? The 88s? No, it's not the 88s. He's a general of whatever his army is, and basically he is, bringing peace to the land. He's a dictator essentially. He's actually a really, if not for the fact that he was a dictator and an asshole, he's actually a really good leader, and he does what needs to happen, and it actually works out really well for everyone, except if you don't do what he wants you to do, then he really fucks you up and
Let's also talk
and destroys
about
things
how good looking he is with a beard.
and blows things up and kills people and is not a good person at all. But so it felt very much like that to me based on what I was reading about it. So it was a picture of him in front of a burning building, and it said, "We do what we must to rebuild this world." Because that's essentially what he is in that movie, and that's kind of what it felt like Atlas was doing in this game.
This movie also is like 4 hours long. It's not that long.
It's like
it's a 2.5.
It's like 2.5 hours.
It's a very
It's
long.
a pretty long movie. And I recommend it to anyone if you have a whole afternoon free and you want to laugh at something that's supposed to be serious. This is it for you.
Kevin
right
Costner
here.
needs to
Tone it down a bit.
find a
not
good
act
editor.
anymore. Just not act anymore. But so for this year, I made it this one. So if you've ever seen the movie, if you haven't, you'll when you watch it, you'll recognize this. But essentially, these two fine chaps that you see at the top there are both postal carriers, and they don't know each other. They're from two different sects, which are causing problems for Will Paxton. Will Patton. And so he's like, you guys don't know each other, because he thought they did, and he's gonna kill them, and found out that they don't know each other. So based on what I'm reading for this year's scenario, which if you haven't read it, please go on to Slaughterhouse's Facebook page, see the event, read it. I'm in it. I'm amazing. But it looks like a lot of fun, and I based this propaganda off of what I read there. So there's new people, new players that are not Atlas and they're not the Rebels. And so we don't know if they're good or not. We know that they're obviously not with the rebels, but we also don't know who they are. So we'll see what happens. But
and there's only 2 Kevin Costner movies you should ever really watch in your life, and it's The Bodyguard and Field of Dreams.
I like The Postman and Waterworld, as terrible and atrocious as they are.
I
like those movies.
That you can't like horrific, terrible movies.
So a huge shout out to Chris Stuckman. He has a movie review channel, and he has
Chris Stuckman. I love Chris Stuckman. He's my ginger movie man.
What he calls hilariosity reviews. So he does reviews on movies all the time, but he has a specific segment called hilariosity, which are movies that are absolutely atrocious and like really nothing good to say about them.
But they're wonderful.
But they're wonderful in every way. And The Postman is absolutely one of those, as is Waterworld for that matter.
And
in fact, I think he did a review.
Nick Cage movie.
I think he did a review on the Waterworld, not on The Postman, but I think he did one. So Minion has some new info for us. So let's go ahead and read what Minion says. He's not sure on what I was saying about the pricing, but there will be some information provided along with representatives and other people with forms of bleeding disorders to hang out and help raise money. His equipment will be able to be rented in the target range for players who don't want to or can't play and just want to shoot guns. So I guess Minion's going to have his equipment available just so people can try something new.
Pistol power!
Minion, if you want, we can bring some stuff too. So let me know if you want us to bring. We have plenty.
Yeah.
We have plenty, so if you want us to bring some. And I will be doing pictures with anyone who wants to take one with me wearing some equipment of mine, holding some guns, or with the shield as well. As well as 2 words, by the way. You might want to separate that. But so that's all good information.
Here's Dalton.
So basically, if you support bleeding, come out and support bleeding with us. Hello, Dalton. Hello.
Dalton. Dalton will not be there on Saturday.
No, because he doesn't like us enough to be there.
He likes Tim Toy better.
He does. I mean, Tim Toy's a nice guy. I like
Tim
Tim Toy
Toy's
too.
a great guy.
But is he really worth the gloriosity that it is me and the gloriosity that are these? I don't think so. Okay, so he wants us to bring guns.
Okay.
Okay. We can do that.
Do you want to bring the MG100?
Yeah, we can do that.
Or the Talon? Is the Talon?
I'm bringing the Talon. I'm using the Talon.
Not the Talon, the Vortex. And try to sell the Vortex.
Yeah, we could bring the Vortex and sell it.
Or give it 50-50 raffle.
50-50!
Give it away.
I'm not giving it away. That was a lot of money.
Well.
So the next scenario we're going to, if you don't count Minions, which isn't really a scenario, it's just kind of a big open play.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a
So the next scenario we have is Atlas Control at Slaughterhouse, who, along with P3, Pittsburgh Paper Park, are our sponsors. So thank you to both. We appreciate it. I'm not a crook. I don't know why I did that symbol, but it made me say no, I'm a crook. But yeah, so that was my propaganda for it, and it should be a lot of fun. But there may be more. It depends on if he adds to the story or anything like that.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this. There's no decision yet.
But she's going to.
But I'm going to anyway, and Xavier can yell at me later. So,
She ums.
I am a lot. I messaged Xavier, and last year, a lovely woman by the name Sarah was our general. And I asked, is Sarah generaling? Because I don't like to step on anyone's toes. And he said no, and I asked him, if you need me, I can general. He had some people involved. He wasn't sure. I don't know what's going on. But I may be generaling that event. We'll figure it out later. Xavier, if you're on and you want to let me know, just message it in the comments.
There you go. He fixed as well.
Ah.
Perfect. Much better. Yes, so she may, if there's no one else to
No,
do
I
it.
haven't heard from Xavier.
He did mention about maybe just having general lists.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that would work exactly.
I don't think that would work.
Yeah.
I don't think that would work with the type of scenario it is and the type of players that are going to be there.
Well, I don't see how you can have any scenario without some sort of leadership. Because even if you don't have an official general, an official leader, someone's going to have to take control, because how else do you organize and win on the field? Loki, baby, what's wrong? What are you crying about? What are you crying about? I know, he was crying before the sirens, so I don't think it's the sirens. But yeah, so at Slaughterhouse, it is, as he calls, a mini scenario. And he calls it that because he's not a big field, there's not a lot of people there. Last year there were, about 20? About 10 on 10 or so?
There were at the most 30. I don't think that there were 15, but there could have been.
Yeah, it was somewhere between 10 and 15 on each team. It's pretty small. The field that we play on it's actually a fair-sized field. It's just for a scenario, it's real small.
For a
Loki,
scenario,
please
it's small.
Stop.
But if you take all the components of how big the land is and like what areas you actually can play on, it's pretty big.
It is a very large field for an ordinary rec ball, but for a scenario, it's actually quite small, and but that's fine because again, there's not that many people there. So we're actually trying to get as many people to go as we can because it is a nice field and there are sponsors. But even if they weren't our sponsors, they're a nice field. We like them. We like their field, and so we would like to see them grow. Plus, we have fun at the scenario, so why wouldn't we bring
Xavier also puts a lot of time and effort. I want to use words that are not coming to me at the present moment, but essentially what he does that I highly appreciate, and I've said on this channel before, he can improvise very well, and he notices when things are not working, and instead of fixing it the next year, he will fix it right then and there. Now, he's not going to stop gameplay to fix it or cease fire or anything, but he is willing to fix something that's not working and adjust accordingly.
Yeah, so last year he did smaller missions like Mission Masters does, and so the one, you noticed like the couple of things weren't working, and so he just changed it for the next mission. So we all came off. He was like, these are the rules for the next mission. This and this has changed. It went on and did the next mission, and it worked out just fine.
And he's always asking for criticisms. Whether good or bad, whether this worked really well or this didn't work out so well. He's very open to hearing everything, good or bad, to grow and make his feel better. And I think that says a lot. He's not like, this is my scenario, everything is great, F you if you don't like it. He's very open to all of the critiques and criticisms and accolades, and just wants to continue growing and fixing things. And I think that's what I really enjoy, is that he, instead of just waiting or rewriting, if you're continuing this atlas and changing it next year, you change it right on the spot. And it I don't think that it confused. I was never confused because he decided to change something.
Yeah. And in fact, last year's, which again was the first time we'd ever been to that field, certainly the first scenario we'd ever been to there. I thought he did it very well. I thought it was run really well. There were only a few small problems, and they weren't even like, they were small problems. Like the one, I think it was mission 3, was just entirely too long. It was set to be 40 minutes, and 20 minutes, literally 20,
one?
yeah, literally 20 minutes was just standing around waiting for the game to end. Because I think it happened faster than he expected it would. And maybe it wouldn't have happened that way if there were more people or, whatever. But essentially, there was a vehicle that was driven through, and it had supplies on the back as a supply drop for us, for Atlas. And the rebels were trying to take it. So they could hit the car with a rocket launcher and it would stop for, I think it was actually a really long time. It was like 5 minutes or something that it would be stuck. And then it could move again. Well, in that time, they could take the supplies off. They could only take one at a time. They couldn't take more than one until they had it off. So if they got all of the supplies off, then they could carry them all together. But they could only take one off at a time, which made sense. But they got it to stop once, and then they got everything off of it right away. That was it. And then we managed to shoot. There were like 3 of them collecting everything. We managed to shoot like 2 of them. So they got a bunch of it. We got most of it. And then theoretically, either team could have gone and stolen the supplies from the other team. You take it back to your spawn, and the enemy, like, we could have stolen theirs, they could have stolen ours for the rest of the time. But that would have not been easy to do. It was very difficult to do. So it didn't happen. I don't think anyone even tried, as far as I know. And so legitimately half of that mission, if not a little bit more, I think he called it early, and I think about 20 minutes of it.
Call it early.
I think he called it after like 30, 35 minutes, and I think 20 minutes of it was just us standing around like waiting for it to end.
I think the only major issue was time, and sometimes you don't
know how long something take.
Something's gonna take.
So the next mission was shorter, and the next mission was scheduled to be 40 minutes as well, and I think he tacked it down to like 25.
And it was about 5 o'clock, and we still had like 2 missions left, and he just called it. He was like, and it wasn't like, I'm doing this, I'm calling it, I'm done. It's very cooperative on his field. He wants your opinion. He wants you to speak out because he's always trying to advance and get better and become a better manager and a better producer and a better field director. So that's the big props I give him, is that they're very well written games. If you read those stories, they have a lot of detail to them. He has a clear focus of where he wants them to go. It's not easy to just write something. It's not easy to try to picture what's going to happen and not try to
I'm gonna go ahead.
See it from every angle.
I'm gonna go
because
ahead.
You're in the moment.
And
so now that we've just like had a big crush on Xavier, I give him props for his scenario and what he's doing.
So I'm gonna go ahead and share the what's this called? Facebook event. The Facebook event.
Also, Minion asked a question.
I know, I saw. I don't have an answer for you, Minion. That's why I'm not answering, because I don't
but
have.
But I guess you could message Xavier right now and
let's see, share his post.
See if he's willing to come out.
Oh, I don't actually want to do that. Can I?
Share in Messenger and put it on Dunedain's page.
I don't want to do that. I just want to.
But you can share in a private message. What do you want to do?
But I want to copy the. I just want to copy the link for it.
Then copy the hyperlink for it.
I guess that's the way to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the description.
So follow down below.
Paste. Alright, so it is in there. Hopefully it shows up. I'll put it in the discussion here as well for anyone who hasn't already seen it. That is the Facebook event. I am in the description. Please read it. Enjoy me, because I'm wonderful. But yeah, Minion asked if Xavier will be showing up to the charity game. I don't know, but I will message him and ask him if he plans on being there. I think if he was on here, he would have said something by now.
No, I meant message him on Facebook.
Oh, I don't know.
Someone sent you a friend request.
Someone sent me a friend request, yeah. I don't know who this person is, but yeah, he sent me a friend request.
He also wants you to wear your GoPro or camera to get footage of the game. Because the charity representatives would like it. Do you know who that woman is?
No idea.
Do I know who that woman is?
How would I know?
I don't know.
She's a licensed Zumba instructor. I have no idea who this person is. She looks vaguely familiar, but I don't know.
She looks very familiar.
But I don't know why.
Do you know? Is this the face?
Is this the fair?
Is this the face? No. Do they have a Facebook where it's them and their spouse? I can't stand people who have Facebook pages like that.
You know what I think? You know who this is?
No.
No, I was wrong.
Who did you think it was?
Your mom.
My mom's a delightful lady, and you'd be lucky if she friended you.
I don't know. I'll figure that out later. I'm spending way too much time on that. Acquire my GoPro camera and get footage of the gameplay and trade. Yeah. I'll have to wear A-Dog's camera because mine... So here's something disappointing. My camera did not record anything at Reapers 2. I have no footage whatsoever. Which, disregarding for a moment the last 10 minutes of the game, which I would love to post so people could see it, even that aside, I got no gameplay footage at all. It's very upsetting. So, but I can wear A-Dog's camera. So yes, I will do that for you. And I hope to wear it at Atlas as well, because as I've said before, I've never posted an actual video from Slaughterhouse, which is really upsetting because they sponsor us and I should have, but I've never had any good footage from there. Because of it's been too dispersed or I played badly or whatever else. I've just unfortunately never had anything. I had a 30-second clip that we posted one time, and that was about it. So yeah, there's that. And then we have, that's the last scenario of this year. Which is disappointing. That's the end of the year. Dalton and I are going to go to the 2-man. A-Dog may go with a friend of hers as well to the 2-man. That's in mid-October. But as far as scenarios, Slaughterhouse is the last one at the end of this month. So...
Unless we decide to go to EMR. But I doubt that we'll be able to, considering Jen and Kiva will be there.
Yeah, I don't think we can afford that anyway.
I don't really.
Dalton's very excited about the 2-man. Well, we're going to come in first, Dalton, because Joe Chrisman and his wife won't be there.
Really?
Yeah, they had to back out.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, Dalton and I had it all planned out.
I know.
We were going to win. We were going to do it anyway because I was going to shoot Chrisman and he was going to shoot everybody else. That was the plan. And it was going to work terrifically. The 2-man is at Bad Company in Indiana.
The wonderful and glorious.
I know, it's surprising. It's surprising that A-Dog has a friend. I understand that, but she actually does. She actually does have a friend who she may play with.
Who's playing at the NXL in Chicago right now?
She's at the Chicago Open right now, and her name is Dina. Sounds like Donna Sire. But she played also at the ICC Dalton. So when we mentioned we were going to go over and watch her friend play, that's what we were talking about.
No.
Well, Eric, you're welcome to join us and be there. If you get another teammate, you can join. There's still time.
Yeah, try to ask Clark about it.
Oh, snap. Or if you want, I mean, honestly, you can be our third if you'd like. You could be A-Dog's backup in case Dina can't go. You could play with A-Dog. If, she's
apparently nobody wants to play
willing to have that.
I'm still bad at Clark.
Well, take that up with Clark. Don't take it up with Minion.
I'm not taking it. I have nothing bad to say about Minion. I'm telling you that I didn't mean...
Loki, stop it.
I didn't mean him to ask Clark against Minion and not me. Clark's just in a butthole about it.
Clark was a bit of a butthole about it. That's
He
true.
told me that he did not want me on his team.
Maybe it's because he...
And then he tried to talk himself out of it.
Loki.
Like he didn't say that.
You can't have that, baby. Get down. if Clark don't want A-Dog who is better than me, he won't want me.
Now,
Well, that's true.
the way that he said it was that I don't want A-Dog. Those words came out of his mouth. What he should have said was that I want Luke to be my teammate. Now, they can't afford going there because they would spend way too much money on paint.
That's true. The two of them. That's true.
It was the way he approached it, like I was not good enough.
Well, he is a stupid young boy. Stupid young boys say stupid young things.
Yeah, I put him in his place.
Did you?
I don't know. He's probably too high to even remember this situation.
Yeah. But yeah, please, absolutely, join us. You can be either one of our thirds or A-Dog's partner in general if Dina can't go. But I think that she does want to play with Dina, which makes sense. That's her girlfriend, her paintball girlfriend. Get. Stop it. Yes, I am. I was actually calling Clark a stupid young boy, but yes, you are also a stupid young boy. And let me tell you why. Let me explain this to you. You'll figure this out eventually. Men are stupid. From boyhood up to manhood, men are stupid. And we do stupid things. And you're young. And you're a boy. So you are a stupid young boy.
Specifically when it has to do with a girl, you do stupid.
Just in general. Now, that doesn't mean that women are better. Women are not better. They may not be stupid like we are, but they're conniving, they're manipulative, and they're hoes. Conniving, manipulative hoes that will chew off your dick if they get the chance. So they're not better. But at least when we're stupid, you know why we're being stupid. You know why we did that stupid thing. You can figure it out pretty easily. When women do something like that, you have no idea why. You just know that they're conniving and evil.
Her sweetheart?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what?
You've just taken 50% of the population out of watching us. And thank you. Because, as much as you'd like to think that I'm a dude, I'm a girl.
No, you're just a cool dude with long hair.
Sweetheart, you've seen every crevice of me.
Uh-huh.
I'm a girl.
No, you're just a cool dude with long hair. Cool dude with long hair. Nice holes. But that's pretty much all I got to talk about. I don't have anything else to talk about. Do you have anything to talk about? Does our audience have anything to talk about?
Oh, we're getting to the end.
Getting to the end. It's the final countdown.
We're getting to the end.
Well,
I feel that it took a very long time to get to Ion, and then after Ion, things progressed very quickly.
that's true.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
It is. He just called you very stupid.
I can't be.
Well, I want to throw this out there, just to poke fun at ourselves and at our wonderful home field. So Three Rivers is our home field. It always has been. It probably will be for a long time. Although P3 is getting close to there. We've been going there for over 5 years now. We go to pretty much everything, and we.
Over 4 years.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over 5 years.
No.
Turn around. Look on the wall.
Yes, I see that. That was June of 2015.
How many awards are there?
There's 5 awards.
There you go. Okay, so anyway, and we promote them all the freaking time. We bring new business to them. But a first just happened as of 12 minutes ago. The very first time this has ever happened. Three Rivers Paintball on Facebook shared a post by Dunedain Paintball. First time ever in all of the time that we've been going there.
And all the time that we put.
And all the money we've spent. And all the advertisement we've done for them. For the first time ever in history, they shared one of our Facebook posts. So it just seems like a memorable thing to me.
Get down.
Something that should be
Can you get off?
thrown out there.
Can you say hi to the
So
people?
congratulations to us for finally having been
I
shared.
love you very much. You can have
On
this
Three
tissue.
Rivers. But anyway, so just before we go, I just want to mention once again for anyone who happened to come on a little late or is watching this and just skips ahead to the end, please come to Three Rivers Paintball this Sunday, which is the 15th. If you support bleeding, please be there. Some of the proceeds, I guess, maybe not all of them, some of the proceeds go to the National Hemophilia Foundation. And there will be other activities as well, all having to do with bleeding too much. So if you support bleeding like I do, please come and bleed with us and
bruise with us.
shoot some faces for charity. So that would be it for the night. And all right, everybody, have a good one.